Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this money-making Thursday, second day of the new year, man. New month, new year, new goals, new opportunities, money-making Thursday. Got a lot to talk about, man. Plenty of stuff on the horizon today. We got some NBA, some NHL, some college basketball. We got a college football playoff game. Man, fellas, how y'all doing? Y'all know who's here. Brad Francis, Chris Ruffalo, the franchise. What's happening?
Oh, man. Yesterday, we had so many good debates on what could have happened yesterday with all these games and all that. And it's like, I go into it feeling confident. And I think one day into 2025, I might have had two of the worst beats I've had of the entire year. That Butler game yesterday, nothing is going to top that. They went a little bit contagious from the NBA. You're up 15.6 minutes to go. Give up a 23-1 run to close out the game. It's sickening, but it's okay. UConn came through for the play of the day, so can't complain.
You're on mute, Jay.
You didn't tell me UConn. You didn't tell me. I was on Brad. I took the Paul yesterday, and I feel like an idiot.
You went off spirits, bro. You got to stick to your guns, man.
See, Jay doesn't remember that there's a script to this, and that there's like, and is that DePaul out of conference? Okay, in conference.
That's my only loss yesterday. I tried. I call that the Jay Sharp Chaser special. They were in it. What did they lose by? Like, what was the line? 12.5. And they lost by 13.
Yeah, they got hooked.
Oh damn. Hey.
Yeah. DePaul's ass back to fading ass, back to regular schedule programming. Chris said I was gonna be cussing him out on the show today. He told me.
It's like I have a crystal ball or something.
Man, what's happening though, Brad? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Nice little winning day yesterday. Good way to start the year. I was on Arizona State. I was on Ohio State. I was on Penn State the day before. So I feel like I got a nice read of this college football playoff right now. And we got another big one today. So I'm ready to cash in, ready to talk about today's slate.
I had an absolute monster day yesterday. On the jam session, I hit every single game. I do that every now and then. I needed that day because, man, we did not end 2024 off on the right foot. It was a tough way to end it, but what a great way to start the year. 2024 is old news. 2025, man, we're unbeaten in the NBA. Ooh, that sounds good.
I was just going to say, you're 7-0 in the NBA this year.
Oh, man. Sound amazing. Let's keep it rolling. In college football yesterday, I had one play officially, and it was the game that didn't go off. So it'll go off today. The gold helmets versus the Bulldogs. And I should have took Arizona State. I took them here on the show for a premium. I kind of just wimped out. But I had a feeling that game would kind of end like that. Scatterbo is him.
Yep. Threw one, caught a deep ball, ran a couple in, and say
he's him.
Yeah. But were you sweating that though at the end? Your boys almost gave it up.
Nah, I knew we were gonna win. Like there was never a doubt.
You're sweating a little, Jay. Come on.
There was never a doubt in my mind that we weren't gonna win that game.
Yeah, I guarantee there's a little bit of sweat on the brow.
Never. You can ask my friends because I was sitting in a PlayStation party with them. I'm like, bro, we're gonna win, bro. Like, just chill. Like, they just making it interesting.
They wouldn't have been able to see the sweat on the brow, but they would.
Well, true, but
yeah, that game was wild though. Potentially game of the year. I mean, there's that Georgia Bama game in the earlier this season, but that was a good one.
Instant classic.
Yeah, that's an Arizona State team I'm going to remember for a while.
For sure.
Fun thing to watch, man. That wasn't targeting though. I will say that.
I kind of agree.
Yeah. The problem is that now where does Arizona State go from here?
Yeah.
Right. Look, we saw it with West Virginia last year, where I'm not saying that where they made it to the playoff, but where they weren't expected to do much, they peaked, and then this year they weren't great. Was Washington last year? They had their national championship run. They peaked. Obviously, your coach leaves, and things are going to happen because of that. But Then they went 6-6 this year.
Yeah.
Michigan, yeah, they beat Alabama in the opt-out bowl, but again, it was just it's still a far cry from national championship from last year. But again, it's because everybody went pro and the coach left, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to replicate that, but they do have a damn good coach with Dillingham. That guy's a beast.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the end of the day, it's still Arizona State. So,
but I think with now Dillingham putting them on the map like that, it's going to open the door for more transfers.
For sure. Yeah.
I think, Big 12, one of the best conferences on the planet, be getting disrespected. I think Arizona State, in a tough conference, we'll see how they reload. But I like their coach a lot. I do. And I think players want to play for their coach. So in that conference, I could see them kind of being a little powerhouse over there. So I think they'll be solid.
What are your guys' thoughts on Ohio State -6 against Texas?
In what world? On what fucking planet?
I don't know. They looked pretty damn good yesterday.
I know they did. And that's what made me like it even more. Everybody just watched them beat up on Oregon. Yeah. Perfect time for them to collapse. Texas is a different team than Oregon. Ohio State is good against finesse teams. And I kind of think Oregon fell in that bucket of finesse teams. The teams Ohio State struggles against are the
the physical teams are going to punch you in the mouth.
Exactly. We saw them lose to Michigan, who's a physical team, punch you in the mouth. Texas is a physical team. It's a punch you in the mouth style team. So, we're way more physical than I think Oregon is. We're not as finesse. We don't have the speed that Oregon does. But I think from a physicality standpoint, man, Ohio State not ready. Them boys not ready. We'll see. And the Quinn Ewers revenge angle.
I will say you guys were hating on Will Howard pretty hard. He's been throwing that rock.
He has.
Last 2 games.
He's potato.
Drew Allen was slinging it too.
Will Howard's a potato with arms.
Drew Allen had to throw the week of the playoffs so far. That one bomb he threw the whistle in was a rope. I said, "Oh my God, Albert! I didn't know you could throw like that." So, that's how I'm feeling. What you think? Chris? You think I'm delusional? You think Ohio State blows us out or what?
To be honest, I don't know how it gets to 6. I mean, I thought 2.5, 3. So at 6, we'll have to see how it progresses throughout the week. I'm just saying my early look right now before really digging into anything. I would say, yeah, Texas +6 is a decent look. I think going into that game, I'm telling myself, I probably want to be on the side catching points. Yeah. I would say the same thing if it was Texas -6. If it was flipped for whatever reason, I would say I want to be on the team catching points. So
fair enough. Shout out Ohio State though. Shout out them boys. Them boys dominated them first half.
Yeah, I think that Michigan loss was good for them because they're playing with a different type of energy. They're definitely playing with a chip on their shoulder. And if they do win it all, I think they're going to look back at that Michigan game and be like, "Damn, we needed that." They're dangerous. They're dangerous. But yeah, 6 points is a lot, though. I will say that.
Y'all know where I'll be at. Outright. Money line.
Money line.
We're winning the Natty, bro. We're doing the damn thing. What else happened yesterday?
I'm trying to think. NBA, there was nothing like really too crazy. I feel like.
No, not really.
Yeah, there's a lot of blowouts, honestly.
Yeah.
Praise up to Jaden Ivey, though.
Yeah, I saw that. Ooh,
yeah, that didn't look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they got to bring the stretcher onto the court, it's not a good sign.
Broken fibula.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good spot for the Pistons, though.
The thing was, when you looked at it in like even in the replay, it didn't look that bad. I'm not saying it wasn't bad, but it didn't look like it. You know how like sometimes you can just see it like completely snap. It didn't look like that at first, and then you kind of slowed it down. Like, okay, he's no bueno.
Yeah, it wasn't like a Kevin Ware incident.
Oh god! Oh, I still have. Oh, I wish you didn't say that.
Oh my God! Why'd you say that? Oh my God!
That was the craziest thing ever.
Oh my God, Brad! That is. Oh, you just gave me that image in my head again. Oh my God!
That was wild. I'll never forget that.
Ugh, it just made me grab my shin. Ugh. That was disgusting. And Paul George was nasty too.
Yeah, nasty.
Whew. Speaking of hoops, man, let's talk about some hoops.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about some college hoops. We got some early games today. First one is, where should we stop at, Chris? First slot. You just want to stop at.
My thing is, I told you I'd probably monitor this, and I completely took my eye off the ball and forgot to tell you where we were stopping. See here. Of course, my stuff doesn't want to work right now.
Sorry, good.
We start at 1. There's 1 Eastern, and then all the way to it goes into a 7:00 slot, which is pretty big.
We'll do the 7:00. It was just a huge 7:00.
All right, yeah.
Just make that the first slot.
All right.
I know.
You better take a deep breath for this one.
I know. Y'all ready? Gardner Webb versus Charleston Southern. Longwood versus one hose. Oh my God. Longwood versus the hose is crazy. 1 hoe, 2 hoe, red hoe, blue hoe, Presbyterian blue hose getting 3.5 at home. It's not very long of a wood, but you know. We got Austin P versus North Florida. We got SC Upstate versus.
Yeah, it's real short in Longwood in the hose.
All right. We got Loyola, Maryland versus Holy Cross. Troy versus App State. Memphis versus Florida Atlantic. Radford versus High Point. Army versus Colgate. Mitchell's alma mater. Boston Ute versus Lafayette. Bucknell versus Lehigh. American versus Navy. Northwestern versus Penn State. Southern Miss versus James Madison. South Alabama versus Georgia State. Texas State versus Marshall. Louisiana, ULL, Cajuns in maroon against Coastal Carolina. Arkansas State versus Old Dominion. Robert Morris versus the Detroit Mercy. Milwaukee versus the Golden Bears of Oakland. We got the worst coach in sports of Green Bay going against Wright State. We got Elon Musk versus NCAAM. Hampton versus Charleston. William and Mary versus Hofstra. They double teaming Hofstra. We got Towson versus UMC Wilmington. Delaware versus Northeastern. Drexel versus Campbell. Stony Brook versus Monmouth. Everybody playing at 6 today. Stetson versus Queens. Bellarmine versus North Alabama. Lipscomb versus Jacksonville. Florida Gulf Coast versus West Georgia. Middle Tennessee versus Florida International. Western Kentucky versus Liberty is the last one in the slot. God damn it. Huge slot early college hoops, man. A lot of games in there. A lot of meat to pick off the bone, Roof. Are you go? Yeah, lead us off.
Why'd you gotta go with meat on the bone and then throw it to me? What the hell? What is this? Dare I ask? No, I'm kidding. Oh boy, there's a lot to choose from here. I'll tell you that much. Let's start out with North Florida early against Austin P. North Florida, they can light it up from behind the arc, and I just do not trust Austin P to be able to keep this game close. I think North Florida's battle tested from their upset wins over our conference teams earlier this season. I think Austin Peay's going to get a little bit of love for, the last couple meetings. They kept it close. They went to overtime in the last 2 meetings, but this is an Austin Peay team that's 1-8 against the spread in their last 10. They played a subdivision team last time out, but they've been getting crushed on the road. Their last 4 games on the road have all been losses by 20 plus. So give me North Florida laying the 6.5. And let's go with, I just got to keep scrolling through the cards. There's so many games here. Give me Memphis against FAU. Memphis has been able to take care of business on the road. They have a pair of road wins over ACC teams. They beat Virginia, they beat Clemson, and they just beat a solid Ole Miss out of the SEC. FAU, this is an FAU team that still has defensive issues that I'm really concerned about. So I think Memphis goes on the road to FAU and gets the job done, gets the win, gets the cover there. So give me Memphis. And last one, I'll take the points with Western Kentucky against Liberty. I think Liberty wins. I think Western Kentucky covers. I get why Liberty is a decent favorite at home, but this is still a Western Kentucky team that can match them. They have a really solid defense. They're a veteran team. Liberty's going to probably be the best team in Conference USA this season, but I still think that Western Kentucky keeps it within 9 points. So give me Western Kentucky plus the 9.
Yep, and I'm gonna ride North Florida as well, man. Give me North Florida minus the 6.5. Austin Peay showed some light to start the season off, but they've been terrible as of late. Failed to cover in their last 6, lost in their last 6 as well, and only one game in their last 6 games they put up over 60 points. So that offense is terrible. North Florida should have run away with that one. Give me Milwaukee minus the 1.5 against Oakland. This lined up open as Milwaukee plus 1.5. Now they're minus 1.5. Tells you what you need to know there. Statistically, Milwaukee's better on both sides of the ball. They're a really good rebounding team as well. And Oakland's just not great, man. I mean, this team only has 4 wins this season, and that's for a reason, just because they're not good. So give me Milwaukee there. And then I'm going to take a shot with Radford plus the 9 against High Points. This Radford team just figures out ways to keep things close. 8-4-1 ATS this season. On the other hand, High Point hasn't played anyone. Their strength of schedule ranks 349th in the nation. So this team has had a cupcake schedule, and now they get this Radford team that's played teams like Clemson, South Carolina, Colorado State, Utah. So I think they'll be able to keep it close.
I'm on Navy money line from the betting tools, man. On the 7 free picks in 5 minutes that I did today, I pulled that one off of there. American has lost 6 straight games on the road. Now they're laying points on the road. Just play on the spot. Some plus money, the opportunity there on Navy, fading American. I'm going to lean towards Detroit Mercy getting the points against Robert Morris. Play on the line, play on the spot. Robert Morris is the better team, but it's like, do we really trust this team to be laying 5.5 points on the road? Especially in this style spot, I don't. So I'm going to fade them. I'm going to take the Detroit Mercy plus the points. That's a team I try to grab the points with in certain spots. Give me Wright State to kick the crap out of, what's his name? Gottlieb? Whatever his name is.
Gottlieb.
Gottlieb. Yeah, there it is. Gottlieb. He's terrible.
The Fighting Gottlieb to Green Bay.
Yeah, they're terrible. He's terrible. They're getting faded. Let's see. It's a lot of meat on the bone. A lot of little games in here. Make sure I ain't missing nothing. Now that's it. I'll stick with those in this first slot. Let's keep rolling. Next slot we'll go to is, we'll start with Purdue laying 5.5 on Minnesota. Illinois State versus Murray State. Murray State laying 5.5. No John Morant. Idaho State versus North Arizona. Weber State versus North Colorado. No Damian Lillard. UC Irvine versus Cal Poly. St. Thomas versus North Dakota State. South Dakota versus Kansas City. Omaha versus North Dakota. Rutgers versus Indiana. East Kentucky versus Central Arkansas. Southern Indiana versus Tennessee Tech. Southeast Missouri versus Tennessee State. Little Rock versus UT Martin. Lindenwood versus East Illinois. Portland versus the Zags. Montana State versus Idaho, not Idaho, Montana. Let me see. Yeah, Montana versus Eastern Washington. Denver versus South Dakota State. Jackrabbits. Western Illinois versus Southeast. SUIE. Who's that? Where's the name of that school?
SIU Edwardsville.
Yeah, Edwardsville. There it is. Yeah, SIUE Edwardsville. Louisiana Tech versus UTEP. And Sam Houston versus New Mexico State. That's where we're stopped. So we'll end at 9. Brad, what you got for me here, my man?
Yeah, just one in this slot. I'm going to roll with Purdue. I'm going to lay the points here. Minnesota, I don't know for a fact if this is true, but they got to be the worst covered team in the nation. I mean, through 13 games, the team has only covered 1 game this season. You know, their identity is slowing things down, playing good defense. They kind of got like that Virginia style of basketball, but their offense is so bad that it just doesn't pay off. They only have one guy that can score, and that's Dawson Garcia. Other than that, I just don't think this team's great. Do I love laying 5.5 points with a team on the road? Starting Big Ten play? No, but I'm off Minnesota. So give me Purdue here.
I'm off Purdue. Give me Minnesota. Purdue's ass. Purdue's overrated. Is Edie still over there? No, he's not. He's over there with John Morant. I'm fading him. That's pretty much my story. I think Purdue's still living off the Edie days. Minnesota, home dog. I'll grab points. Give me Indiana laying the points on Rutgers. I think the line tells me everything I need to know. Rutgers, a team that's overrated, overvalued, and people today can be like, ooh, nice little plus money spot with them today. Nope, can't do it. They're gonna get beat up by Indiana. Let me see. Give me the Jackrabbits, of course. I love betting the Jackrabbits. They should beat up on them boys. The line's huge for a reason. That's it for me in this slot, though. I like those 3. Roof?
Yeah, I'll break the tie. I'm going to go with Purdue.
Oh, my God, no.
Like Brad said, 110-2 against the number, a 9% cover rate this season.
Today's the day.
9%, Jay. 9%.
Today's the day.
Okay. Cool it, Mr. DePaul. Student section. You're gonna wear that one for a little bit. I'm not gonna make sure.
Fair.
No, Jay's right. It's not the same Purdue team. This has been the worst Purdue rebounding team since Zach Edey was there. But they still have a lot of talented guards, and they still do rebound somewhat well. I'm just saying it's the worst when you compare it to what they've been in past, like the last couple of years. And like Brad said, if you cut the head off of the snake for Minnesota, you take out Dawson Garcia, this team has no scoring depth to be able to back him up. So give me Purdue. It's an ugly look, but I'll take it nonetheless. You know what else is an ugly look? Portland plus 4.5, but I have to take it. Gonzaga just does not. Gonzaga just, I don't know. We're at the early point in the season where teams haven't quit in West Coast Conference play, even though, as we all know it's going to be Gonzaga and St. Mary's probably at the front of the pack. But would it surprise anyone when Portland lost this game like 91-60? I think they could sneak in the back door and maybe get the cover there. Gonzaga, I'm a little bit still scorned by Gonzaga when they were up by 18 at the half. I had them as my play of the day when they played last against Pepperdine. And all of a sudden it finished 89-82. So Gonzaga failed to cover in 6 straight. They failed to cover in 3 straight, laying 20 half or more. So give me Portland plus the 34.5. That's like that hold your nose spot. And there's one other one. I'm with Jay on on Indiana over Rutgers. Same thing. You take out, Harper and Bailey. Rutgers has nobody, and this is a better team than what Indiana's shown a lot of their results this season. The last one I'll give out here, because I know I'm talking my head off here. Let's go with Kansas City laying the 4 against South Dakota. South Dakota's 1-6 on the road. Each of their 6 losses, they've given up at least 90 points on the road. Hard to win games when you can't play defense. So I'll take Kansas City. I'll lay the 4.
Fair enough. Last slot in college hoops. We probably should have did it with that last one, but oh well.
Yeah, it breaks it up a little bit.
We got Maryland versus Washington. UC Mike Davis versus Bakersfield. Illinois versus Oregon. Do they bounce back after getting woodshed in the first quarter yesterday by Ohio State? We got CSU Northridge versus Fullerton. UC Riverside versus Long Beach State. What up, Beaches? We got Pepperdine versus St. Mary's. We have Santa Clara versus San Diego. San Francisco versus Pacific. Oregon State versus LMU. And Santa Barbara versus Hawaii. Another one from the 7 free picks in just 5 minutes this morning. Santa Barbara has beaten Hawaii in 5 straight games. Why not make it 6? I'm attacking plus money today with Santa Barbara. Fading Hawaii. They just got their number, and until they show me that they can beat them, I'll rock with the betting tools. Long Beach State. That's another one from that show, man. I'm sorry, but I was looking at all that this morning. Long Beach State won 5 straight. I know you see Riverside playing well too. They've won 4 of their last 5, but that ain't 5 straight. I want the points in my back pocket with Long Beach State playing well and maybe even an outright attack on the money line. Betting tools say take them on the money line. So give me Long Beach State. Pepperdine versus St. Mary's. I know this is usually the time St. Mary's kind of turn up, but I'm grabbing 16.5. I'm sorry. Pepperdine playing decent right now. At least I like how they played their last game. Give me Pepperdine. Just a lean. And Oregon does not bounce back. They do not bounce back. It's going to be a sad, sad day for Oregon. They were sad yesterday. They're going to be sad today. Give me Illinois at money line. Chris?
Yeah, I'm not going to lean. I'm going to be tipped over fully into Pepperdine here, plus the 17. St. Mary's 3-10 against the spread this season, 1-6 as a double-digit favorite. This is a St. Mary's team, and Jay kind of alluded to it, where they normally crush the West Coast Conference. This is a team that can crush the West Coast Conference by playing defense. They allow 40 points per game against teams like Pacific. And Pepperdine in the past has been one of those teams that's in the bottom tier of the West Coast Conference. But look at what they've just done. They're back-to-back conference games, start conference play. They're 0-2, but they covered catching double digits against Santa Clara and Gonzaga, 2 teams are going to be in the top 4 of the West Coast Conference at season's end. Like I said, St. Mary's didn't cover laying 20.5 against Pacific, won by 10. Won by 5, laying 20.5 against Merrimack. Laying 23 against UTSA at home, won by 8. Laying 20.5 against Cal Poly, won by 14. They're just not covering these big numbers. Until they do, I'm going to take Pepperdine to compete. And one other one I'll take is the under in UC Santa Barbara and Hawaii. I think that's first to 65 wins. I think it's just going to be an ugly defensive game. So give me the under. UC SB and Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at Oregon, Illinois. I'm actually gonna roll with Oregon here. This team's gonna be a problem in the Big Ten this season. They just do everything very well. These teams do have a common an opponent in Bama. Illinois lost that game by 13, and Oregon beat Bama outright. We've also seen Oregon pick up other statement wins like beating Texas A&M, USC, San Diego State. This team's legit, and I think Illinois. I don't think this is the same Illinois team that we've seen from the past couple seasons. I think this is kind of a down year with them, losing to Northwestern, losing to Bama. I mean, losing to Tennessee, nothing to hang your head on. But I think this Oregon team's legit, and I think they get the job done at home.
Fair enough. That's all for college hoops today. Let's scoot on over to the NHL. Huge card over there today, man. Let's get her out of the way. Chris, take charge.
Oh, so that's what the underside of the bus looks like when you're thrown under it. Go to the NHL. All right, just want to throw that at Jay. Let's see. Let's go to the NHL. We've got 12 games total. We're just going to bowl through the whole card. Got Red Wings, Blue Jackets, Panthers, Hurricanes, Bruins, Rangers, Wild and Capitals, Maple Leafs and the Islanders, the Jets and the Ducks, the Ottawa Senators and Jay.
Who they playing? Stars?
I can't. Yeah.
Dallas Stars. What is that? Where that game?
I was gonna say I can't do it. You're the only one that can do it. I can't.
I was in Dallas.
That quick.
We at the crib tonight. Okay.
Sabres and Avalanche, Utah and Calgary. We got Vancouver and Seattle, the Flyers and the Golden Knights, and the Lightning and the Sharks. I'm going to go with the Columbus Blue Jackets here. They're just Jekyll and Hyde team, home and away. They play extremely well at home. For whatever reason, I mean, they stink on the road, but they're 12-4-3 at home this season. One of the most profitable home teams in the NHL. Detroit 6-8-2 on the road, just wildly inconsistent. They do have back-to-back wins, but those games were at home. They've only played once on the road in the last 3+ weeks. So give me Columbus on home ice in this one, reasonable price. And I'll also take Colorado on the puck line. The Buffalo Sabres, they're not fooling me with a 3-game win streak. They came back out, lost 4-2 to Dallas. And this is a Colorado team that started to figure it out. They're playing well at home. They've won 5 straight, outscored teams 22-9. They covered all the games on the puck line. So give me Buffalo. Give me Colorado laying the puck line on Buffalo here.
I'm on the Lightning puck line. They've won 6 straight road games on the puck line on the road. It's kind of crazy, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the Sharks are ass. Boys,
they were covering puck lines earlier during the season. They were at least competitive. Now they're not. Yeah, now they're not covering them as much.
Yep, fading their ass. Give me the Lightning puck line. Let me see. The Ruffaloes versus the Romanellis today. Oh shit. I'm on the Ruffaloes though. Fading the Romanellis. I'm fading the Romanellis tonight, man. It is a little bounce back game at the crib for the Romanellis.
Start with this.
Quick revenge game too. Typically, I would be on the Islanders if this was any other team, but the Islanders are Romanelli to tell you himself in the favorable positions. They don't do it. The Islanders are the team when it looked like they're not going to do it, and then they do it. Yeah. So in the situations that line up for them, they don't get it done. So they're not getting it done today. They're the opposite team. Give me the Toronto Maple Leafs. Don't want to overcomplicate. I actually like the way the Maple Leafs are playing. From a total standpoint. I know Mitch will probably laugh track me right now for saying those words, but
I couldn't do it.
It is what it is. Give me, let me see, one more. There's some good games today in the NHL. What? Is today like rivalry day or like what's today? Like why they got all these good games today? Is today Frozen Freedom?
Huh? No, I was saying I wish I could tell you. I don't know why they have all these good games today, but it's just one of those cards.
Yeah, that's a good game. That Hurricanes Panthers is tough. I'm gonna take the Hurricanes. I know. I usually like the Hurricanes at home, but I want some plus money there. And I also want some plus money with them Wild Smudges against the Capitals. So just a few spots for me. Right?
Yeah, I'm going to have to fade our man Rod Zawacki in the comments here. Give me the Bruins on the money line. I've been waiting for this Rangers team to look like the team from the last couple seasons, but at this point, I just may think they're not good. 2-8 in their last 10, and their last 4, they've lost all their games by 2 or more. So they're a fade for me until further notice. Looking at Utah and Calgary here, give me the Flames on the money line. I understand Utah has been a solid road team this season, but what counters that are the Flames are 13-4 straight up at home this season. Utah also on a 5-game losing streak. I don't think this is a good spot for Utah to get back on the winning side of things. So give me the Flames there.
There we go. That's all for hockey today. Roof, you want to stay in that chair or you want to give it back?
Yeah, you can take it back. I don't like the butt groove that you worked into it.
Fair. Hey, let's go to the big one. Before we do the big one, let's do the little. Let's do the little one. Let's do Duke. We're going to go to college football, but let's do Duke versus Ole Miss. I know it's the later game, but it's the little one compared to the other one today. They got Ole Miss laying 17.5 on Duke. Chris, my injury report insider.
Yep. Off that report.
All right,
Yeah.
hold on. The one major one I can tell you without even looking at a sheet or what I have written down is that Duke is going to be without Malik Murphy, quarterback, transferred to Auburn. So they're going to have a backup in Henry Beelan.
Murphy went to Auburn? Ew,
Yeah.
That's disgusting. He's going to start?
Maybe, I don't know. We'll
I thought
see.
it was Oregon State. Am I mistaken?
I'm seeing he committed to Auburn.
Okay.
So
That's nasty. That's nasty work.
well, I guess that's kind of what happens when you flip off the fans and you're just like, I don't even want to be here anymore. So
He's I'm sorry.
He's signed with Oregon State.
It's Oregon State?
Yeah, it's Oregon State.
I've seen committed to Auburn. So either way, he's not here for this game.
Either way, he was wrong with college football, bro. You asked it up at Texas. You asked it up at Duke. You're going to be terrible at Oregon State or Auburn, regardless. All right.
Yeah, he's ass. Good athlete, but he's ass.
Yeah. Regardless, wherever he goes, he ain't going to do well. But Duke in the transfer portal, they got their backup quarterback and their starting running back, Star Thomas. He's in the portal. Duke's coach, Manny Diaz, said he doesn't expect anyone to opt out, but we'll see. That ends up being the case. Ole Miss, they have a lot more dealing with their starting cornerback is in the portal, starting right tackle. They could have guys opting out. I've been trying to keep track of it, but there's still no real word on if guys are going to opt out. Like wide receiver Trey Harris, he was their big gun this season. He didn't. He finished the year injured, as did running back Henry Parrish. So there's a few potential opt-outs for Ole Miss, but the ones that are confirmed for the portal, starting cornerback, starting right tackle. So it's a big number.
Fair enough. Brad, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm on Duke here. Give me. This is too many points. I understand Malik Murphy's not going to play. It's going to be Henry Beelan. He'll start for Duke. He actually played in a couple games last season. I remember watching him. He played Florida State for a little bit when Riley Leonard went out. So, I mean, he's competent. He could play, but let's be real. This Duke team didn't win games from their offense. They won games with their defense. They had one of the best defenses in the country. And I think that's going to be the difference maker, especially getting 17 points in this game. Jackson Dart will play in this game. Ole Miss will have the offensive edge, but I just think this is too many points. I see a lot of people on Ole Miss, and just looking at these last few bowl games, we saw Bama laying a bunch of points, lost outright. South Carolina was laying a bunch of points, lost outright. Baylor lost outright. So I see a trend here, man. These teams laying a bunch of points in these bowl games, they're losing. And you're going to give me 17 with a Duke team that has one of the best defenses in the country. I'll take that. And Duke was a good team this year. They won like eight games. I mean, they flew under the radar because it wasn't pretty football, but they had the same record as Ole Miss to finish the season. I know they play in the ACC, but.
So it's a couple things for me in this game. It's like, do I just fade the ACC? Do I just continue to do that? Because they've been terrible during bowl season. Or do I just continue to fade, the first four out of the playoffs? Because they've all, like you said, been ass as well. Alabama, South Carolina. Who was the other one? There's one more. Miami. They all lost outright. Lane Kiffin been doing all that goddamn crying about missing the playoffs on Twitter and things of that nature. So you would think he come out here and try to go balls to the wall to prove that he should have been in there. But in that same breath, I think that's kind of incorporated into the line. I'm on Duke. I think it's too many points. Ole Miss probably wins the game by like 14. That's kind of what I think happens here. Ole Miss wins it by 14. Duke is semi-competitive. I wouldn't be shocked if Ole Miss aired them out I just can't be there. Like, I just laying 17.5. Well, Ole Miss is just not in my wheelhouse. So I'll lean towards Duke, but I'm not in love with it. Let's talk about a game I am in love with, man. We got Notre Dame. Now 1-point favorites over the Georgia Bulldogs.
I don't think Roof gave out his pick for that game. Roof didn't give out his pick for that Duke game.
Oh, you did? I thought you were.
No, I just said it was a big number, but then I just handed it off to you guys. I'll be quick. I'm taking the under because if you think Ole Miss wins by 14, then it's probably going to be 14-0 because I don't see how Duke moves the ball in this game. Ole Miss defense is still legit, but I do think that Duke's defense is going to, at least show up and be counted for here. So give me the under. Anyways, you were saying.
I was saying them gold helmets finna lose today because Georgia's gonna come in here and bust them right in the fucking mouth. That's what I said, man. I'm fading the gold helmets, bro. They're overrated, overvalued. Same thing I told y'all yesterday, bro. They didn't play nobody all damn season. The hardest team they played was Texas A&M to start this year. This is the same team that lost to Northern Illinois. I know they've covered 9 straight games, but I mean, it's not hard to cover 9 straight games against 9 not great opponents. Ultimately, what this game comes down to is 2 things. One team was severely battle tested all season long in Georgia. They played Texas twice, Alabama. Like, they had to continue to get up for big games. That wasn't the case for Notre Dame. So the gold helmet's not battle tested. Georgia is, and then the coaching advantage. I think Kirby Smart is 2 times, 3 times the coach that Marcus Freeman is. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that Marcus Freeman is not a good coach and that he won't become one of the greats, but man, we're talking about Kirby. Like, come on, dog. This is Kirby. Kirby, get it done. I think, again, Georgia is by far the best team Notre Dame will have played this season. Notre Dame is not even the best team Georgia's played this year. I'm not worried about the backup quarterback for Georgia, Mr. Gunnar Stockton, Mr. Georgia football himself. Like, he leads pretty much everything in Georgia high school football stats wise. Rushing total touchdowns, passing yards, like, he did it all. I think he might low-key be better than Carson Beck, just being real. And that was evident to me in that Texas game. That Texas game, the SEC championship game. First half, Carson Beck ass was boxed up. Georgia couldn't do nothing. They were ass in that game, boxed up. Second half came out, boy, Gunnar Stockton came down. What did he do? Went right down, touchdown. I know Texas didn't game plan for that, so you can kind of put a little bit on that. But in that same breath, he just adds a little different wrinkle than Carson does. He throws the ball probably just as well, but he has legs that Carson Beck doesn't. And I think that may cause Notre Dame some issues today. On Georgia. Fuck the gold helmets. Roof?
Yeah, I'm taking it as well. I just think that, if you can hold down Texas defense twice in the same season, you can have some success against Notre Dame. I can't get there with a Riley Leonard led team going into the college football playoffs. I know Notre Dame looked good, but then again, this is where we are seeing the difference of having a home game in the first round of the playoffs, going to the neutral field of the college football playoffs. So I just think that Georgia gets it done here. That's all. That's the long and short of it for me. So give me Georgia.
I'm on the gold helmets, man. I'm on the
gold helmets, man.
Yeah. I can't put my money on a backup quarterback. I mean, Gunnar Stockton, yes, he looked good on that first
drive.
drive.
Brad, fuck no. I'm not going to let you get away with that. No.
What do you mean?
Let you get away with that.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to let you get away with that. Weren't you the one crying last year?
Because we were undefeated, though. Were we the best team with our backup quarterback in? No, but we still deserve to be there for the principle of it. We won the ACC championship. We went undefeated.
Would you have bet on them in that game?
No. Without Jordan Travis, I knew FSU was shot. Like, deep in my heart, I knew, but we still deserved it off principle. With that being said, I don't think Gunnar Stockton, he looked good on that first drive. I don't think he looked good to finish that game out, personally. And Riley Leonard has played in a bunch of big games. I mean, Gunnar Stockton just got in, what was it, the second half of last game. Now he's about to play in another massive game here. I just can't put my money on a backup quarterback. And like I always say, I'm willing to pay to find out, man. Notre Dame, don't get me wrong. Georgia does have the toughest schedule out of anyone in college football. That's understandable. Notre Dame, you can't say the same there, but this team has looked good. I think they're able to run the ball. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. It probably comes down to a field goal at the end, but like I said, I cannot put my money on a backup quarterback. Gold helmets.
That's why y'all got smashed all this season.
I mean, look, I don't have much of defense, all right? Don't kick me down while I'm low, all right? I know we're bad. But that team, that FSU team with Jordan Travis probably was the national championship. Like, that team was disgusting. He goes out. Of course, it goes downhill, but
we'll see.
Yeah, still go Knowles and go gold helmets as well.
At least he doesn't. At least they don't DJ you.
Yeah, no, that guy sucks.
That guy's terrible.
I can't believe he made a post. He was like, "Yeah, I'm entering the draft." I'm like, bro.
Do you think anybody drafts him or
No way, right?
He's not going to get taken in supplemental rounds of the XFL.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This one's gonna happen. He's gonna have a really good combine. He's gonna, you know what I mean? He's gonna.
Oh my god, he's got to find where the combine is.
Nah, he gonna be there, man. He gonna be in that combine. He gonna have off the wall numbers. Somebody gonna fall in love with him. You know where I can see him going? I can see him going to like Indianapolis to back up like AR.
He's literally going to have numbers that are off the wall because that's where the ball's going to hit because he missed his receiver by about 40 yards.
I get it, but remember.
No, I know. I'm just saying all this stuff just to air it out on DJU because I don't know how many more chances.
I get it, but remember this the same draft. We're just coming off a draft where they fell in love with Joe Milton during the combine. So,
and where's Joe Milton now?
Back up in New England, right?
I thought they cut him.
Did they?
I don't know.
Jay, how confident are you in the Bulldogs today?
I got a good amount of money on them today.
So someone said in the comments, bet a hat.
Who said
that? Divine Dixon. I'm down to bet a hat.
Me and you bet a hat? You want to bet a hat?
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. I lost like my last two hat bets. I just lost to Romanelli the other day.
Wait, Jay's doing a hat bet?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, we should be on Notre Dame.
I'm not that bad in hat bets. I'm not that bad.
The hat mush. The hat mush.
I just ain't been that good recently. So we'll see. You can bet a hat for sure.
That's funny.
All right, fellas, that's college football for today. Last thing to talk about is the National Basketball Association. We have first game up. We'll do two at a time. We'll do the Indiana Pacers, 1.5 point road dogs with the Miami Heat rolling in. We're in Miami in that game, by the way. I don't know why I read that backwards. And we're in Minnesota, where the T-Wolves are 4.5 point home dogs with the Celtics rolling in. I went first last one, so Roof, you're up here, my man.
Can't believe I'm going to do it, but who's got the keys?
There you go. You can have them.
Thank you. I'm going to take them because I'm going to take Minnesota here. I go back to the trend that hasn't steered me wrong as of late. You fade the Celtics off a win. And I just think that this is a short number, but I'm thinking it's a short number for a reason because this is the lowest amount of points that the Celtics have had to lay in a game this season. The Timberwolves have actually looked decent in some of their recent games. Jaylen Brown list is questionable right now. Even if he plays, I could see this being a spot where Minnesota actually shows up to compete. And again, words that I can't believe are leaving my mouth right now. But Boston 5-18 against the spread following a win this season. We're bordering on 20%. We're heading for 20%. Give me the points with the Timberwolves here.
Chris, I don't know if I'm tripping, but I think Boston lost their last game.
No, they blew out the Raptors, didn't they?
You could. I think you're maybe right. Yeah, you're right. On covers and on covers, it says otherwise.
Yeah, it was the worst loss in Raptors franchise history.
125-71. Yeah, they kicked the crap out of them.
Gotcha. Yeah,
they lost the game before that to Indiana.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah. If you're looking at where I think you're looking, I made the same mistake.
Okay, yeah, they need to fix that.
Yeah, they need to fix it.
You got anything in that Indiana game?
No.
Gotcha. I'm gonna roll with the Pacers. The Pacers let me down big time in their last game against the Bucks. I love that play. They were up a lot in that game, folded in the fourth, but I like this bounce back spot for them. Miami played the Pelicans last night, got a nice little win, but Indiana will have the rest advantage. And I love taking the Pacers when they face a team off of back end of a back-to-back. The Pacers are a fast-paced, high-scoring team, and their play style could definitely take advantage of a team that is less rested. So I like the Pacers here. And then I am on the Celtics. Look, I don't love laying big numbers with the Celtics, but Celtics -4, 4.5, whatever you could get it at, it's too hard to pass up on. I think they're significantly the better team, and I think they're able to get the job done here. And, guys, it's Minnesota at the end of the day. They've let us all down so many times. So, Boston coming off that nice win, I think they carried that momentum into this one and pick up a win here.
I'm with you, Brad. I'm on the Pacers. I'm fading a spot from the 7 free picks in 5 minutes. I read this one off this morning. Y'all know me. Personally, I hate taking teams on back end of back-to-backs, but the Heat have now won 6 straight games on back end of back-to-backs when they're favored. It's kind of crazy. The favorite at home today, but I'm fading their ass. I'm taking Indiana. I just think I like the way Indiana has played recently. They reminded me of the team from last year. I think they're still one of the best teams in the East. You don't fluke around at being one of the best offensive teams ever, and that's what the Pacers were last season. Recently, I know their last 5, their numbers don't look that great, but they've also played a gauntlet in that last 5 games. Boston twice, Oklahoma City, Milwaukee, Golden State. God damn, that's really one of the toughest stretches anybody's played this season. I think this is a little step down in competition here. I don't like that Miami's on the back end of a back-to-back. I know they beat up on the Pelicans yesterday. That's not saying much, though. Look, you gotta throw out most of the season numbers for Indiana and look like last month, last 3 weeks, last 2 weeks, and then it starts to make sense. They've been a much better team. I think they've won 5 of their last 7 road games. They've been a different team. I think they win this one today. Give me Indiana straight up on the money line. Roof, give me the keys back, man. Give me the keys back, man.
I call top bunk.
Me and Roof together tonight in the house of disappointment, man. Let's do it.
Actually, wait, I don't want to be on top bunk. If I fall or if that top bunk collapses, Jay's done. That's the from Step Brothers.
Oh my god.
Oh god, there's blood everywhere.
Man. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm in the house tonight. Brad, you're 100% right, bro. The Timberwolves, they've let us down a million times. But the spot that I always say they let me down is when they're favorites, when they have expectations. That's when they never fucking do it. As dogs, they're more trustworthy in that situation. I can bet Minnesota as underdogs way more than I can as favorites. Minnesota, they played them extremely tough earlier this season in Boston. What was it? 107-105, I want to believe was the final score in that game. We're probably looking at something eerily similar tonight. And it just happens to fall into one of my favorite spots and situations in the NBA. Bounce back spot at home. That happens to be a revenge game. Give me Minnesota, the house. Me and Roof, we stand together tonight in the house of disappointment. Let's see if they can get it done. I think they got a chance to win it outright. I really do. I think they got it. And Ruffalo hit the money stat of the day. Celtics 5-18 ATS following a win. Terrible. Let's keep rolling. We got the Nets and the Bucks. Milwaukee laying 13.5, and we got Oklahoma City laying 9.5 on the Clippers. Brett?
Yeah, no play on the Nets Bucks, but I'm going to take the Thunder. I mean, look, it's a lot of points. And usually I would take the Clippers in this spot, but what remains the same is I just will not fade this Thunder team. They covered in their last 8 of their last 10, won 9 of their last 10 straight up. It looks like these spreads are getting larger for the Thunder, though. I feel like odds makers don't know what to do with this team. They just keep covering, and this one does seem a bit inflated. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, I'm just not in the business of fading the Thunder at this point. So I'll lay the points.
Word for word, bar for bar. I'm not in the business of fading the Thunder, bro. I can't do it, won't do it. Even in the situations where they ain't got no business covering, even in the situations where they're laying 7 and it's a tie game with 2 minutes in the game, they find ways to cover in those spots. Like, God damn, Thunder, leave me alone. Can't fade them. You just can't. You just got to, it's a team you just ride with. There's a reason they're my favorite money-making team. Another one from the 7 free picks this morning. The Thunder have covered in 6 straight games against Western Conference opponents. Shai's playing at an MVP level. If I had to give an MVP award right now, it would definitely be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Clippers have been a solid money-making team this season. Don't just sleep on the Clippers. But we've also seen them lose to the Thunder Buddies twice this season. The first one, they got blown out. And the second one was a little more competitive, but both games were back in November, and the Thunder weren't playing how the Thunder are playing now. So I'm on Oklahoma City. I'm going to lay it. Thunder Buddies for life. And I'm on the Nets, bro. You land 13.5 points with Milwaukee. You asking to get your money took. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. That team is overrated, overvalued, and it's because of spots like this. I understand it's not a great spot for Brooklyn on the back end of a back-to-back with travel after getting beat up by the Raptors yesterday. They had to go through customs and all that shit. Still doesn't mean you lay double digits with Milwaukee. It don't mean that by any stretch of the imagination. Brooklyn right now leads the season series 2-3. 2-1 over Milwaukee. They've beaten them 2 to 3 times. Who's to say they can't do it for a 4th? I'm just saying. If there's a big plus money dog I like today that has an opportunity to win outright, it might be Brooklyn. And I don't think nobody wants them after what they did yesterday in Toronto. Just play on spot, just play on situation. Roof.
Yeah, the only one I like here is I'm going to be on the Thunder as well. Like you guys said, I'm not looking to fade the Thunder anywhere, anytime. This is an OKC smash spot for me. It looks like we're getting close to the Clippers potentially getting Kawhi. He got recalled from the G League, but he's not there yet. And I just when he comes in, it's going to be interesting to see how the Clippers adjust. But until then, it's still a fade of the Clippers here against a Thunder team that's just pushing all the right buttons right now.
Nets money line is crazy, bro, but this is the NBA. You got to think about it. Think about it on the nightly. There's always that one game that's like, what the fuck? How did that happen?
People thought Bulls over Celtics was crazy when they were catching 14.5. People thought Pacers Celtics was crazy when you.
Man, I called that Pacers money line this last week, bro. So it's like,
you're saying it happens.
Yeah, we gambling at the end of the day. You got to take chances and spots. Feel me? I would not be shocked at all. Like, in reality, them two teams only separated by 5 games. Milwaukee overrated, overvalued, fading ass. Brett?
We already did these games.
All right, last slot. We got Philadelphia 76ers getting 3.5 in Golden State. And we got the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers laying 8.5 on Portland. I'm on Golden State. I had Philadelphia yesterday. They were my top play of the day. Oh, my God, what a sweat to close out the day. That was the play of the day, last game of the day, for the sweep as well of the card. Man, they tried to sell me. They tried, but they prevailed. Ultimately, the Kings are the number 1 team on the do not bet list for a reason. I'm on the Warriors here, though. I don't like the spot for Philadelphia on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. Golden State, I know they've been free-falling, but they desperately need a bounce-back game, and I wouldn't be shocked if it's today. Philadelphia is still not a good team. Still a fade 9 times out of 10. Give me the Warriors laying the points. And I'm on the Blazers plus the points against the Lakers. The Lakers, As dogs, short favorites, I can rock with them. Laying extended numbers, I'm good. I'm not really all that in love with this game, but it's definitely Blazers or pass for me and that one. Roof?
Yeah, for me, it's only a lean towards the Lakers. I don't love this last time slot, but I've been high on the Trailblazers. The thing is, though, I just think that the Lakers flat are the better team. They're going to play like it tonight. We all have these games that are kind of just gut feeling games. And for me, that's just a gut feeling that the Lakers show up and beat up on the Blazers tonight. So I'll lay the points with the Lakers here. It's the only one of the two that I like.
Close us out, Money Brad.
Yep, Sixers Warriors. I'm gonna roll with the Warriors as well. I mean, this will be the Sixers' 5th road game in a row. They just played last night against the Kings, so the Warriors will be the much fresher team. And this Warriors team needs to get back on track. Lost 4 of their last 5, coming off a disgusting loss against the Cavs in their last game. Embiid didn't play last night. Still says he's questionable. You never know with that guy. If Embiid doesn't play, I definitely love the Warriors. If he does, still like it. Definitely not as much though, but. I still think it's a good spot. Take the Warriors and fade the Sixers here on the back end of a back-to-back. And then, I'm on the Trailblazers as well. The Lakers have been playing some good basketball as of late, but I'm just not comfortable laying 9.5 points with this Lakers team against anyone. Portland isn't great, especially on the road, but we've seen them hang in some games. Just a couple games ago, they beat the Mavs outright. A couple weeks ago, they beat the Nuggets outright. This team can compete, and you're going to give me 9.5 points with a Portland team going against a Lakers team that's always public, always overvalued by odds makers. I'll take Portland here.
Fair enough, man. That's all the games under the sun today. We talked about pretty much every last one of them, except for all them college hoops games. There's just too many to talk about all of them, but we picked our spots. But we really picked our spots on the premium side, man. That's where the plays that we like the most are. That's where the plays that I personally have the most money on are. I'm not sure how these two guys attack it, but that's how I attack it. But I know they definitely got some premium plays over their roof. Franchise. What you got going at Pick Dogs Premium today?
I can attest to you, it is exactly how I operate the games. I bet the most for the ones that go into the premium side. And for me today, got my college hoops play of the day. We smashed it with UConn yesterday, ready to go back-to-back here. Got that as part of a college hoops 5-pack. Got my NHL power play on the board for $25. If you hop on a long-term pass, you get a bonus college hoops play and some more NHL. So it's a great time to jump on, especially with 137 game card for college hoops on Saturday. I had to do a double check. That number is correct. 137 games. So this is the time to jump on. So make sure you check it out at Pick Dogs.
Yes, sir. Hop on with franchise. Brad, what you got going?
Yeah, man. I mean, we got a beautiful slate today. I got 5 plays that I'm rolling with. I got my best pick in college basketball for $15 on the site. But I suggest you go get the 5-pack, though. I got 5 plays that I absolutely love. Like I said, coming off a nice little 4-in-1 day yesterday. And picks out today, 1 NBA, 3 college basketball, and then my best pick for the college football playoff game. So jump on that. And yeah, like these guys said, man, something long-term is always the best value there. Let's catch in.
There you go. Hop on with Brad, making some money today. For me, I have some NBA in there for y'all. I said all that's for sale. Long term has more plays in there. But just NBA for me for sale today. It's a great day to sell some NBA, man, after coming off of sweeping the entire card yesterday. So y'all know what I usually say, man. When I go cold like I was to end 2024, there's usually an absolute heater on the back end of that, man. It's just how I operate. It's kind of crazy. But I'm seeing the board well after yesterday, and I think I'm going to keep it rolling. I love today's NBA card. Hop on with me, man. Let's kick the crap out of the books. Or like the guy said, man, hop on something long-term. Pair me up with one of them. Let's continue to make some money. I had a new video series debut today, man. It's an old video series. I brought back 7 free picks in just 5 minutes. Mitch's video series, but he loved those betting tools. He loved them. So there was no way we could just let it go. So broke it down. Make sure you guys check out that video. Smash that like button. Be nice to each other in the comments. You can't win money in the YouTube comments. Remember that.
Is that a Mitch line?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
There was another one. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I gotta look, but yep. That's all I got for y'all, ladies and gentlemen, today, man. So y'all know what time it is. It's parlay time, man. Parlay. Franchise, what you got, man?
All right, let's go with. It would help if I actually had the games up. Let's go with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's go with the Los Angeles Clippers and the Kansas City Roos in college hoops.
Right.
Yep, I'm gonna keep it simple. Pacers money line, Notre Dame money line, two-legger.
He loved them 2 legs. Hey, this ain't for the weak-hearted, man, but, you know, you could just, we're going to do a 2-teamer. You can take them both plus the points, or you can get paid and take them both straight up on the money line. Duke, money line, fuck Ole Miss, bro. Fuck them. Brooklyn, money line. You feel me? You're trying to get paid. We were trying to get paid, okay? That's the name of the game. Or if you're a little wimp, just take them both plus the points. Still a 2-teamer, still, you know, double your money. They should both at least cover. We'll see.
Hold on. I can't let you steal all the shine. Give me a second here.
A little 2-team action, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, worth the sprinkle. 0.1 of a unit.
You feel me?
All right.
Just put a little something on it just to say you had it.
I'm gonna throw this out there too, just for the hell of it. If you round robin that triple double parlay I gave out yesterday, he hit 2 out of 3. He hit Josh Hart and he hit Nikola Jokic. So today we'll go with LeBron for a triple double and James Harden for a triple double. Plus 16,000.
For sure. I wonder what's the odds on my parlay. Let me see. Can you put it in there real quick?
What was yours again?
Nets money line, Duke money line. What's the odds on that?
Oh, the football. Oh, no, that's not it. Give me a second here. Nets money line and Duke money line. Plus 4,600.
$10 pays $460. 100 pays 4,600.
Yeah,
I'm tailing.
1,000. You want to get freaky?
I'm saying I'm putting $10 on that triple double parlay. Pays out 1,600. Just
saying, crazy things have happened. And after sweeping the NBA card yesterday, I'm feeling myself a little bit, man. So I'm like, we'll see. Money making Thursday, though, ladies and gentlemen, man. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know, man. Really, sincerely, from the deepest parts of my heart, I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. But that's it for today's show, man. That's it. That's all. Chris, Brad, any final words from you two fellas before we get out of here?
Thanks for watching.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Even though that list is extremely short.
Fair enough, man. I'll be live tweeting on Twitter when them gold helmets getting beat on. So if you want to watch it,
I already know this is gonna happen. You're gonna start hot on Twitter, and then once they start losing, Jay's gonna be disappeared.
Uh-oh.
You're gone.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Jay, you just gonna let him, trample you like that? What the hell?
We'll see.
I can see it happening already.
We shall see.
Keep an eye on the Twitter.
Oh.
We shall see, man.
Brad's coming up for blood.
Helmets. Appreciate y'all boys, man. We out of here. Peace.